In this Excel video, I will teach you how to quickly generate serial numbers in Microsoft Excel, whether it's for invoices, product lists, student rosters, other forms, trackers, inventory, whatever it might be. These two methods I'm about to share with you are excellent ways to generate serial numbers. This is going to be fun. Let's get started. And in this video, I will share two different options that you have. There are others, but these are two excellent options. The first is a little bit simpler, easier. The second may be a little cooler. It uses a function and formula to produce the results. So keep watching for both of these methods. So here I have this spreadsheet, and let's say this spreadsheet is for a small business that has developed a pretty expensive product. And let's say I'm the owner of this small business. I want to generate a bunch of unique serial numbers to go with those products, and when buyers receive their products, they can register them using that serial number. As they register, I can put the buyer's name, email address, phone number, that kind of information here, and it will be attached to a specific serial number. Let's start with the simpler method for doing this, and that is to use the Excel fill handle. So on cell A2, I'm just going to type 1001, tap enter, and then on A3, I'll type 1002. Tap enter. Now, fortunately, that's all the typing I'll have to do. I can click and drag now to select A2 and A3, and then I'll click on the fill handle, which is the little green square in the lower right corner of the selection. And then I'll just click and drag down to, let's say, row 101. And then I'll release the mouse button, and Excel automatically generates 100 serial numbers. Now, let's say I want to include some letters with these numbers. Maybe the product initials are AC. I don't know, like an air conditioner. So I could put in AC-1001, tap enter, and now Excel has moved that piece of information to the left side of cell A2. The reason for that is because there is at least one letter here. It's treating the contents of that cell as if it were a word or text and not a number. But guess what? It will still work with the autofill handle. So I'll put in AC-1002, tap enter. I'll select A2 and A3, and this time, to use the fill handle, I don't even have to click and drag. I can just double click and it will update all of those serial numbers to be alphanumeric. So that's option one. It's fantastic. But let's try maybe an even cooler way to create serial numbers. I'm going to click on cell B2, and this time I'm going to use a formula. The function that I want to use in this formula is the sequence function. So on B2, I just type equals sequence, left parenthesis. Next, Excel is expecting me to tell it how many rows I want it to create. In other words, how many serial numbers. I want 100, comma, how many columns? Do I want 2, 3, 4 columns worth of 100 rows of serial numbers? No, in this case, I just want one column, comma, start. What is the start number that I want to begin with? 1001, comma, what is the step number? Now, by step, it means each time it generates a new number, does it go up by 1 step, 2 steps, 5 steps? I want it to go up by 1 step. So 1001, 1002, 1003. I should put in a right parenthesis, so I've done so, but you don't really have to. Go ahead and tap enter at that point, and look, this formula with the sequence function has generated what looks like 100 numbers in the cells where I need them. I say it looks like that because it's kind of just an illusion. If I click on cell B7, for example, look in the formula bar. The formula bar always shows you the truth about a cell. So even though it looks like 1006 is in this cell, it's actually the results of a formula that I'm seeing here. How could we turn these formula results into actual numbers inside those cells? Step one would be to click and drag to highlight that range of cells, and then I'm going to do a copy paste. For copy, I'll hold Control and tap C. It's copied that range of the results of this formula. And now I'm going to click on B2 and I'll perform a paste, but it's going to be a paste special. Now, some of you are thinking, this is weird. Why are you copying a range of data and then pasting it right back on top of itself? Well, it's because I want to do a paste special. I want to convert the results of this formula into numbers. Now, there's a keyboard shortcut we can use for paste special. You can hold Control, hold Alt, tap V, and that brings up the paste special dialog box. And then if you just tap V again, it will highlight values. I'm trying to paste just values. And then you can tap enter on the keyboard and that will be like clicking OK. So enter. Now look, if I click on cell B3, for example, look in the formula bar. It's a real number. It's not the results of a formula. If I go down to, let's say, B64, it's a real number in that cell. It's not just the results of a formula. So pretty cool. It does take that extra step of copy and then paste special built right on top of it, but it works well. Now, what if I wanted to take these numbers and convert them into alphanumeric serial numbers? Let's try that. I'm going to right-click on column C and choose Insert. That gives me a new column to work with. And I'll click on C2 and I'll type equals. And in quotes, I'm going to put in the letters that I want to use in my serial numbers. So AC dash, close quote. Next, I'm going to use the ampersand symbol. On my keyboard, it's Shift 7. That gives me the ampersand. Next, I'm just going to click on the serial number that I've already generated, this one here. Tap Enter on my keyboard, and now I have an alphanumeric serial number. I can double-click on this fill handle in the lower right corner of the cell to extend that pattern all the way down my data set. Now, in this case, I'm going to have a similar problem that I had when I was first showing option 2. If I click on cell C6, look, the contents of the cell are not really AC 1005, it's a formula. So again, I could use that same trick I showed earlier. I can click and drag to highlight the range of numbers, Control C to copy. I'm going to go back up, click on C2, Control Alt V, tap V again, tap Enter, and those are all converted now to actual alphanumeric serial numbers. Now, what if I end up needing more than just these 100? Now that I've got these set up as actual alphanumeric serial numbers, I can just select a couple of them and use that fill handle to extend it down and give me more. So in this video, I've shown you 2 methods for generating serial numbers in Microsoft Excel. I also threw in some bonus content that hopefully was helpful to you. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it to be helpful. If you did, please like, follow, and subscribe. And when you do, click the bell and you'll be notified when I post another video. If you'd like to support my channel, the best way to do that is to become a channel member, but you could also click the thanks button below the video. You could support me through my Patreon account or by buying channel merch, and you'll find more information about those options in the description below the video. Speaking of supporting the channel, thank you so much to my Super Techie channel supporters. I really appreciate your help in keeping this channel going. Another way that all of you could help is by sharing this video with others that you think could benefit from it. Word of mouth is the very best way to help my channel grow.